Hello, this is Sponge Thomas Einstein Pants, founder of this YouTube channel. For more information, don't forget to check out STE Parks and STE Planes, which are my two other YouTube channels, my TikTok channel, and my Instagram account. Enjoy the show. Helping each other brings to life the magic in all of us. Britt Allcroft.
It's Thomas the Tank Engine, hip 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 hooray. Chugga chugga chug 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 chug, he rides along the way. And when you hear that whistle, it can only be one train. Our favorite little engine, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. He's a really useful engine with a heart that's big and strong. He chugga chugga chup chups, working hard, helping everyone. Thomas, he has lots of friends and you can be one too. Just clap 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 and sing along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. There's Gordon and Henry, Edward, James and Toby, Annie and Clarabelle. Don't forget Percy, Terrence and Bertie, Diesel, Duck and Daisy. Lots more friends for you. He's always up to mischief, that cheeky little train. He chugga chugga chuff chuffs everywhere, he's always playing games. The fat controller scolds him, but loves him just the same. Our favorite little engine, Thomas is his name. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas the Tank Engine rolling along. All of his friends will be coming along. Thomas, we love you. Thomas, we love you. Thomas, we love you. A lesson that's worth learning, one you never should forget. It's the art of friendly rivalry. It's not always about winning. You must learn that from the start. Enjoy Enjoy yourself, remember what counts is taking part. Let's have a race, have a race, have a race. Let's see who is the quickest, who can be the fastest. On your marks, now get set, go! Let's set the pace, set the pace, set the pace. Let's see if you can catch me. Let's see if you can match me. So, let's have a race, have a race. Thomas challenged Birdie to a friendly race one day. The driver said get ready, but be careful on the way. The friends lined up together, enjoying the fun. The station master called out, are you ready to begin? Let's have a race, have a race, have a race. Let's see who is the quickest, who can be the fastest. On your marks, now get set, go! Let's set the pace, set the pace, set the pace. Let's see if you can catch me. Let's see if you can match me. So, let's have a race, have a race. Birdie Bus was winning, he sped along the way. Thomas tried so hard to catch up on the way. Eventually he passed him, and Birdie had to say, to pass you on that hill, Thomas, I need wings like an aeroplane. Let's have a race, have a race, have a race. Let's see who is the quickest, who can be the fastest. On your marks, now get set, go! Let's set the pace, set the pace, set the pace. Let's see if you can catch me. Let's see if you can match me. So, let's have a race, have a race. Let's have a race, have a race, have a race. Let's see who is the quickest, who can be the fastest. Ready, set, go! Let's set the pace, set the pace, set the pace. Let's see if you can catch me. Let's see if you can match me. So, let's have a race, have a race. Let's have a race. Let's have a race right now. Sometimes it's nice to take some time out. Do what you really want to do. Just to relax and let the world fly by you. Forget your worries, no need to hurry. Just leave a sign to say, gone fishing, gone fishing. It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Gone fishing, gone fishing, gone fishing. It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Why don't we all go fishing? You drop your line down to the river, waiting to see what you can find. Whatever life has to offer you, you know you'll take it. Stand up and face it, smiling along the way. Gone fishing, gone fishing. It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Gone fishing, gone fishing, gone fishing. It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Why don't we all go fishing? There's nothing better on a sunny day when all your work is done. Throw down your line, settle down. Surprise, surprise, look what you found. Gone fishing, gone fishing. It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Gone fishing, gone fishing, gone fishing. It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Why don't we all go fishing? It's a sunny old day and you're on your way. Gone fishing.
Sir Topham Hatt sat in his office listening to the noise outside. The passengers were angry. The station master came in. "There's trouble in the shed, sir. Henry was sulking. There's no train, and the passengers are saying this is a bad railway." "Indeed," said Sir Topham Hatt, "we cannot allow that." He found Gorton, James, and Henry looking very cross. "Come along, Henry. It's time your train was ready." "Henry's not going," said Gorton. "We won't shunt like little tank engines. That was Thomas's job. We are important tender engines. You fetch our coaches and we will pull them. Tender engines don't shunt." "Well, say about that," said Sir Topham Hatt. "No engine on my railway is too important for small jobs." And he hurried away to find Edward. "The yard has never been the same since Thomas left to run its branch line," he thought sadly. Edward was shunting. "Leave those freight cars, please, Edward," said Sir Topham Hatt. "I want you to push coaches for me in the yard." "Thank you, sir. That would be a nice change." "That's a good engine. Off you go, then." So Edward found coaches for the 3 engines, and that day the trains ran as usual. But next morning, Edward looked unhappy. Gordon came clanking past, hissing rudely. "Bless me," said Sir Topham Hatt, "what a noise!" "They all hiss me, sir," answered Edward. "They say tender engines don't shunt, and last night they said I have grey wheels. I haven't, have I, sir?" "No, Edward, you have nice blue ones and I'm proud of you. Tender engines do shunt, but all the same we do need another tank engine here." He went to the workshop and they showed him all sorts of engines. At last, he saw a smart little green engine with 4 wheels. "That's the one," he thought. "If I choose you, will you work hard?" "Oh, sir, yes, sir." "That's a good engine. I'll call you Percy." "Yes, sir. Thank you, sir." And Sir Topham Hatt brought Percy back to the yard. "Edward," he called, "here's Percy. Will you show him everything?" Percy soon learned what he had to do, and they had a happy afternoon. Then Henry came by hissing as usual. "Whee!" went Percy. Henry jumped and ran back to the shed. "How beautifully you wished him," laughed Edward. "I can't wish like that." "Oh," said Percy, "that's nothing. You should hear them in the workshop. You have to wish loudly to make yourself heard." Next morning, Thomas arrived. "Sir Topham Hatt sent for me. I expect he wants help." "Shh, shh, here he comes," replied Edward. "Well done, Thomas. You've been quick. Listen, Henry, Gordon, and James are sulking. They say they won't shunt like little tank engines. So I've shut them up, and I want you both to run the line for a while. Little tank engines indeed, snorted Thomas. We'll show them. And Percy will help too.
Oh, sir, yes, sir, please, sir,
answered Percy. Edward and Thomas worked the main line, greeting each other as they passed by. Percy puffed along the branch line. Thomas was anxious about Annie and Clarabelle, but both driver and conductor promised to take care of them. There were fewer trains, but the passengers didn't mind. They knew the 3 other engines were having a lesson. Gordon, James, and Henry were cold, lonely, and miserable. They wish now they haven't been so silly.
North of the island there lives a dear old train. A little tram engine, Toby is his name. He's quaint and old-fashioned, but careful and wise. His coach is Henrietta, and she's seen better days. His mind keeps returning to the good old days, when they were busy working every day. But nobody rides with them nowadays. They can't understand why things have changed. Their line is closing down today forever. Toby, oh Toby, what will become of you? The world's much nicer whenever we see you. Toby, dear Toby, there's still lots that you can do. Oldies but goldies, we still care about you. All of the children came to say goodbye. They clapped and cheered as Toby rang his bell bye-bye. Everyone was sad to see them go. Whatever will they do, and where will they go? Suddenly news came to brighten up their day. How Toby and Henrietta were needed right away. The fat controller had written to say, could we please come and help right away? Now they're part of this family forever. Toby, oh Toby, show them what you can do. The world's much nicer whenever we see you. Toby, dear Toby, there's so much to learn from you. Oldies but goldies, we still care about you. Oldies but goldies, we Here's James! Thomas first saw Terrence the tractor plowing in a field one day, and he said, "My oh my, you do look funny. Where are your wheels, are your wheels, are your wheels? However do you move along? You really do look funny." "Don't be so rude," said Terrence the tractor. "I don't have wheels like you because my caterpillar tracks are so much better. And I can go anywhere, anywhere, anywhere. I don't need rails like you. One day I will prove it, show you how I do it. Then you will understand. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't make your mind up too soon. Never, 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 never judge a book by its cover." Sure enough, one winter's day when the snow lay deep and hard, Thomas got stuck, he was in trouble. And who do you think came along and rescued him that day? The snow didn't matter to Terrence the tractor. Now Thomas understands. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't make your mind up too soon. Never, 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 never judge a book by its cover. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't make your mind up too soon. Things aren't necessarily always what they appear to be. Don't judge a book by its cover. Just remember the rule. Never, 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 never judge a book by its cover.
Early one morning, Gordon's fire would not light. "I don't know what's wrong," sighed the firelighter. "There must be gremlins about." "What are gremlins?" asked Percy. "I've heard that they're little green men who play tricks," replied Thomas. "Can we find one?" "Pah," said James. "Gremlins don't exist. They're just an excuse when things go wrong." "If Firelighter says there are gremlins, there are." "Ha!" snorted James. Sir Topham Hatt had heard everything. "Silence," he said. "I'm expecting a VIP, a very important person today. She has heard that all my engines are really useful. Please prove it."
Yes, sir,"
they all said.
"As long as the gremlins let us."
"What's gremlins?"
"The ones in Gordon's fire, sir. That's why he's not ready yet."
"I'll see about that," thundered Sir Topham Hatt, and he did. "Gordon, I expect you'd be on your best behavior today. You are to pull the special coach for my special visitor. But no high speeds, please. She won't like that." Gordon was proud and pleased. He was waiting for his special coach when Percy puffed in with some freight cars.
"What's the matter, Gordon? You're late."
"Driver says there's gremlins in the turntable," replied Gordon.
"They must be everywhere,"
squeaked Percy. At last, the turntable was mended, and Gordon puffed away with the special coach. He was soon working hard to make up for lost time. After he arrived at the station, Sir Topham Hatt became concerned. "Where's Thomas?" he wondered. "He's supposed to be bringing my visitor from the docks." Huh, huffed Gorton. Thomas isn't really useful if he's late. But it wasn't long before Thomas arrived. I'm sorry. A cow strayed on the line and we had to wait for the farmer to take her away. But driver says your visitor is here safe and sound. Indeed she is, smiled Sir Topham Hatt. How nice to see you.
Who is it?
Whispered Percy. I don't know, replied Thomas, but Sir Topham Hatt is certainly keen to please her. He's arranged a special party for her.
She's got a dog as well,
said Percy. Come on, Thomas, said the driver. You need a drink. Puh, puffed Gorton. Thomas is just a lazy little engine. Sir Topham Hatt is expecting me to arrive on time. We're late because of Thomas. Gorton's driver decided to make up for lost time. Then there was trouble. I think we better slow down. This is an old line that can make things uncomfortable for the VIP. And it did. She was taking a bath and the water was slopping all over the place. Oh, she cried. Gorton was very relieved to reach his final destination where Thomas was waiting to collect Sir Topham Hatt and his special visitor. He blew an extra long whistle. This frightened the visitor's dog so much that he fled from the station and ran into a field where a bull was grazing. The bull frightened the little dog even more. He ran back again, onto the platform and over the bridge. He didn't stop until he jumped straight into Thomas's cab. But he had a wonderful ride all the way to the docks. What's the dog's name? Asked the fireman.
Well, after today's events, I think I'll rename him Gremlin.
Sir Topham Hatt chuckled. In that case, I met one at last. Excuse me, sir, but who is your very important visitor? Why didn't I tell you? This lady is my mother, and she agrees with me. You are indeed really useful engines, and my mother, of course, is always right.
Picture a land where the sky is so blue, a storybook land of wonder, a magical island just waiting for you. Island of Sodor will make your dreams come true. Imagine a place where the sun always smiles, the valleys are green as can be. The friends that you love are awaiting for you. Island of Sodor will make your dreams come true. Children, follow the dream to a land of make-believe. The Island of Sodor, a magical land where dreams come true. Follow the road that leads to your dream, over the hills and mountains. Look for the skies with stars in their eyes. Island of Sodor will make your dreams come true. Children, follow the dream to a land of make-believe. The Island of Sodor, a magical land where dreams come true. The Island of Sodor, magical land where dreams come true. He's a really useful engine, you know. All the other engines, they'll tell you so. He huffs and puffs and whistles, rushing to and fro. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's a really useful engine, you know. 'Cause the Fat Controller, he told him so. Now he's got a branch line to call his very own. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. Little blue train, he's always there whenever you need a hand. If you need help with the situation, who comes into mind? He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's a really useful engine, you know. Maybe little, but he's never slow. Stand back in amazement, just you watch him go. He's the really useful engine we adore. He's the one, he's the one. He's the really useful engine that we adore. He's the one, he's the number one. Thomas the Tank Engine. He's the really
Gordon the big engine and Thomas the tank engine were puffing buffer to buffer back home. It had been a busy day. First, Thomas had teased Gordon about the time that the big engine had slid into a ditch. Then Thomas fell down a mine and Gordon came to his rescue.
"Remember, Thomas," called Gordon grandly, "united we stand, together we fall. You help me and I help you."
"I'll remember," replied Thomas, "but I hope Sir Topham Hatt forgives us soon." Suddenly they noticed something. As the two engines whistled into the sheds, everywhere they looked they saw paint pots and painters. "Bust my buffer," said Thomas. "What's happening?" "Shh," whispered Percy. "Sir Topham Hatt's gonna tell us now."
"Ladies, gentlemen, and engines, I am honored to inform you that Her Majesty the Queen herself is coming here to visit us. Now on with the preparations."
The engines wondered who would pull the royal train. "I'm too old to pull important trains," said Edward sadly.
"I'm in disgrace,"
sighed Gordon gloomily.
"He'll choose me, of course,"
boasted James.
"You," snorted Henry, "you can't climb hills. He'll ask me to pull the train, and I'll have a new coat of paint."
Then the rain came. Henry's driver and fireman covered up their cab to keep dry. A painter was on the ladder above the line. Henry's smoke blew high into the air. The painter couldn't see. Both he and the paint pot fell all over Henry. Poor Henry. "Well, you're not a pretty picture," sneered the painter. Sir Topham Hatt spoke next.
"You look like an ice cake, Henry. That won't do for the royal train. I must make other arrangements."
Gordon and Thomas were waiting for him.
"Please, sir, one at a time," replied Sir Topham Hatt. "Yes, Gordon? May Thomas have his branch light again?" "I think you're both sorry and deserve a treat. Edward will go in front to clear the line. Thomas will look after the coaches, and Gordon will pull the train."
The great day came. All the engines worked hard bringing people to the town. Thomas sorted out their coaches in the yard. Edward steamed in. "Beep! The Queen is here." Then Gordon whistled as he approached the station. Everyone knew that sound. The Queen's train glided into the station. Gordon was spotless and his brass shone brightly. Sir Topham Hatt stood to attention.
"Welcome, ma'am."
The Queen thanked him for a splendid run and asked to see all the engines. "Beep, beep," whistled Percy as Toby rang his bell. "Shh," hissed Henry and James. But Toby and Percy didn't care.
"Three cheers for the Queen!"
Beep, beep. When it was time to leave, the Queen spoke specially to Thomas, who fetched her coaches. Then to Edward, and finally to Gordon, who took her away. No engines ever felt prouder than those on Sir Topham Hatt's railway.
yes, it's great to be an engine and go steaming along. Puff, puff, puffing along. Peep, peep, peeping along. All the people waving as you speed along. Puff, puff, puffing along all day. We're all so proud to be famous engines and travel through the countryside. We're always brave when there are hills to climb. No mountain is too high. Oh yes, it's great to be an engine as you're steaming along. Puff, puff, puffing along. Beep, beep, beeping along. Fly along the rails as your wheels go round. Whiz, whiz, whizzing around all day. It doesn't matter come rain or shine. There's always things for us to do. And in the cold, cold winter time, we're ready. When you light the fire and stoke the boiler, and we'll be there for you. Oh yes, it's great to be an engine as you're steaming along. Puff, puff, puffing along. Peep, peep, peeping along. Feel the wind around you as you push along. Puff, puff, puffing along all day.
Just think how wonderful it would be to live on the magical Island of Sodor, helping Thomas the Tank Engine and his friends all day long. It would be like a dream come true. If only I could be an engine too.
Oh yes, it's great to be an engine as you're steaming along. Puff, puff, puffing along. Peep, peep, peeping along. Fly along the rails as your wheels go round. Whiz, whiz, whizzing around all day. Oh yes, it's great to be an engine and go steaming along. Puff, puff, puffing along. Peep, peep, peeping along. All the people waving as you speed along. Puff, puff, puffing along. Peep, peep, peeping and puff, puff, puffing and steam around all day.